and welcome back to another episode of The Credit Authority. Once again, I am your host, Rhonda Kulch, and I appreciate you tuning in today. Before we get our segment started, we always want to thank our sponsor. So thank you so much to Equity First. If you are experiencing credit and or financial challenges, feel free to reach out to any one of their trained professionals. They could be reached at 631-714-4822. And with us on the line today, we're having a party. We are talking with my buddy, NFL Super Bowl champ, the one and only Gary Brown with Dream68. How are you?
I'm awesome. How are you guys doing? Thank you for having me.
You know, we're having a party in the studio today, so say hi to my friend Pocket Pete. He's on the other line with us as well. He's in studio with me. So you're on the line, but we want to congratulate you on all of your amazing success. And what I'd love for you to do is speak to me about Dream68, and let's start with your mission, and then we're going to get into your event.
My mission with first of all, Dream68 started with, it was really therapy for me. Initially, I started as a mentoring program, and it was, in a dark time of my life where I was, at one point paralyzed and trying to recover from that. And I heard on the internet from Nick Wojcik was, you want to help somebody, you want to get over your problems, help somebody else with theirs. So I decided to mentor. And mentoring led into seeing kids going to school hungry, seeing kids that are homeless. And before you know it, I was addressing all of these things. So the mission of Dream68 is to deal with kids, underprivileged kids, and their families, just to empower them to dream, and no dream is too big or too small, and put them in position to make their dreams come true. But it led into much bigger obstacles, and I deal with all of that, from the homeless to the hungry to clothing, and we do this year round. And there's a lot of work. The more, it's like an onion, the more layers you pull back, the more you see. And it's definitely a need for what we do here on Long Island.
Which, again, I've been part of that, and I've seen it firsthand. Tell me what it's like when you are, again, I'll use your words, peeling back the onion, and you realize how deep some of these problems are, and you're just this one guy, right? Like, you have an amazing team of people and support that, are there to help you with all of this. But you take on a lot of the emotional burden when you're sitting down and you're speaking to the families. How do you personally cope with that level of stress?
It's hard because you can't believe people are going through these things or in those situations. But the beauty of it is when you help somebody and you try and put them in a better place, it's appreciative. And that kind of is the reward to doing what we do. But the hard part is seeing how much of a need and how much people are going through. So, for example, we have mutual friends at Angels of Long Island, and one year I had 11,000 meals, and I didn't know how I was going to get rid of it. We did it in 3 days, and there was still a line of people outside the building waiting. And I'm like, wow, that is amazing that there's that much food that's needed. And there's great organizations here on Long Island, but a lot of people don't meet those criteria. A lot of people fall through the cracks, and that's just as big of a number as the people that are getting help. So I like to think that we kind of help people right here in our own backyards, and sometimes it's the unforgotten or the unspoken people that aren't heard that need the help just as much. So that's what we focus on, and that's what we try and deal with. But the reward is when you see a kid that, graduated high school or had a bad attitude that kind of changed his ways, or you hear parents speak that, me talking to their kids has made them a better person. That's the reward and all the reward that I need. And I don't need recognition for it. I don't need praise for it. Just knowing that I might have saved somebody's life or put them on the right path to be successful is enough for me.
So now when we're building organizations, sometimes people think that running a not-for-profit is easy And, they hear the word not-for-profit, so they almost think everything about a not-for-profit is free. But as you and I both know, there's a tremendous amount of community support that is required and believers that are required in order for you to still make money to help these families. So I know that you have your first real fundraiser, and I would like for you to tell everybody a little bit about that event that is happening on January 29th at Simplay.
Yes, well, you hit the nail on the head when you said that the work that we do, because it's a non-for-profit, doesn't mean it's free for us. So I was the secretary. I am the secretary, the garbage man, the custodian. I'm everything until you can hire these things out or get volunteers to do that. For the first couple of years, I've been doing everything out of my own pocket to the point that I had to come out of retirement to get a for-profit job just so that I can help my non-for-profit. So this is my first big fundraiser. I am excited about it. It's nerve-wracking, as you know, but, setting things up and the beauty about being in a nonprofit world is that you meet people like yourself that, when you're in a room with people there that are there for the right reasons, you meet a lot of good people. So on January 29th, I'm trying to pull a lot of these good people together. We're going to have an AFC-NFC watch party. It's just a little bit different than your average fundraiser. So there's going to be entertainment there. There's going to be raffles. There's going to be 50-50s. There's going to be some good items to auction off. And it's going to be a good time. High energy. Come as you are. Represent your team if you're a football fan or whatever fan. Baseball, hockey is going to be an up-tempo, high-spirited, good time. It's going to be early on a Sunday afternoon. I think it starts at 3 o'clock. Doors open at 2:30. Come on down, have a good time. It's at Simplay and Hauppauge. We're going to be doing everything that you do at a golf outing with the longest drive, the longest putt. We're going to have awards for all of these things. It's going to be cool. So we're working on making just a special event, a little special, get people to laugh and cheer, and at the same time, point out the purposes of what the organization is. And thanks to people like you, I think it's going to be very successful.
I know that I'm looking forward to it. I think what makes it a great opportunity is that it's family focused, right? We can say family centric. A lot of times fundraisers are in the evening. Of course, I'm not going to discount the fact that there will be an open bar, but I'm just saying in the middle of a Sunday afternoon, it does allow people to bring their children and be able to support you. For those that are listening, Simplay has sports simulator machines. So as Gary's mentioning, different golf, outings have the longest drive. When you're at Simplay, you could be playing baseball in a simulator, golf in a simulator, football in a simulator. The entire facility is, it's like a theme park for adults that want to, practice and or get back in competitive mode. And then most importantly, you have that big, beautiful room in the back, which is where I believe we'll be having the actual event. So again, it's on Sunday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And tickets are what, $150?
$150, open bar. We're going to have great food sponsored by Dang Barbecue. And the food's going to be based upon who's playing in the game. So if the Giants are there, we might have some New York food. Philly's there. We might have some Philly cheesesteaks. If somebody like San Francisco, I don't know what we're going to have. Crab cakes? I don't know what San Francisco brings to the table. But, the food's going to be sponsored by, I'm themed around who's playing in the game. Dang Barbecue takes no shorts with putting out great food. If you're on a diet for your New Year resolution, you might cut that a day short because you're going to have some great food there.
We call that your cheat day. That's all. And if people want to purchase tickets, where can they go to purchase them?
You can go to my website. There's an Eventbrite link on the website with the flyer. If you just want to donate and you can't make it, you can go to the website at www.GaryBrownDream68.com, and all the information is there for tickets, sponsorships, and everything. And if you just want to donate, you hit the donate tab and donate. We'll be very appreciative. The money goes right here stays right here on Long Island. No gift too small, too big. And if you need any information, you can always send me a message on that.
I love it. Well, thank you so much. I know that this was last minute to try to get you on today, but I am so happy to be your friend, to share your mission, and to support all of the endeavors that you have in front of you. So with that said, thank you so much for tuning in today, and stay tuned for our next guest.